just the Jace yet again for Rookie.
We need the Azir for Rookie.
There it is.
In Game 5, the Jace isn't working out in the past game, of course, but still, Rookie is one of the best Azirs that we have in the LPL, and it's finally been let through open into this Game 5. I mean, Hysterics was talking about it off screen. Perhaps the Sejuani linked alongside the Azir, where it will provide great AoE into those team fights. But Weibo Gaming, they can consider the Jace themselves. You can find early game leads, but Xiaohu and the Tristana, he was dominating.
He was a menace, just being able to take down so many side lane turrets, but also just provide that demolishing strength. It is going to be that, yet again, opt-in for him. Something he's been really, really highlighting on. But I love that Rookie is just bringing his Emperor into the Emperor of Xiaohu. We'll see this Sejuani actually be maybe a nice lock-in for them, because I think Weiwei, with those preemptive setups, with the skirmishing, the early pathing he can provide, could enable the composition very well already, even just in the first 2 picks, and that Sejuani does get locked in.
Now with the Rel and the Maokai out of the conversation, the jungle pool is a little bit narrow, so maybe Tian can lean back to something like the Lee Sin or the Nocturne to go for those side lanes and really help, or at least shut down the Tristana, who will be pressuring the tier 1s in top or bottom. But we'll have to wait and see, because the Renekton is still up and available. Potentially the Shy will take that as the Xayah gets hovered. The Xayah and the Azir is such a notorious combo in diffusing engages, and they're great at team fighting as well. So we'll have to wait and see if Top Esports can pull this off.
I do really like it. You just have so much peel back available to you when you have this duo here as well.
There's also the Rakan available for Mark to pick on this 3rd position, but that means they're dropping jungle to 4 and 5. And with the jungle pool already being pinched so much, with Top Esports banning 3 of them, it's going to be really interesting on what Tian opts into if they do that.
Wayward's right back to a tried and true. We got the K'Sante locked in.
And K'Sante bringing it back to Game 1 of how the series started. It was Wayward getting the MVP. It was Wayward getting a 3-man Q3 onto the opposing team. But this time around, the Tristana and the Zeri locked in. Supports are still up and available. Nautilus is going to get considered by Weibo Gaming to get banned out, as it is going to be a huge counter into the double ADC carry composition. But still, I want to see something like the Alistar that can also create huge AoE CC in the team fights.
I always like the Zeri for light, even if it had fallen out of the priority meta there. It does give you that double marksman composition for Weibo with that double-edged sword there for them. The Nautilus ban and the Rumble ban, some harken backs to what we've already seen in this series.
The Jax is still left up and open for the Shy if he wants to take that. There's still a lot of viable champions that can go into the K'Sante, perhaps just the Renekton lock-in into Wayward for the Game 5. Although, once the Bramblevest comes online, the matchup does get a little bit more difficult, but we have to throw it back on the Shy 1v2ing in this series on that Renekton, completely outplaying the top end jungle of Top Esports. Let's see if he can do it again as the Poppy gets taken away, as that's also a viable champion that could have gone towards the jungle. But now, once again, the same question, maybe a Nocturne for Tian in this Game 5.
Man, I do, that could be an interesting opt-in there. I still really like Crisp on the Rakan here, also taking away the Lovers duo. But you wonder if there is going to be that adaptation, right? We have seen a pretty stagnant state of things so far.
I don't like this Miller getting locked in for Top Esports.
Yeah.
They need hard engage. The Skarner also works as an AD jungler that has huge focus in, not the Jarvan. The enemy team has so many jumps and mobility. This is not going to work. So potentially just the Skarner for the Game 5. What is with LPL and locking in Skarners for Game 5?
Let's
EDG's
go!
done it. LNG's done it. And now Top Esports on match point will also play the Skarner to determine if they get to go to the regional qualifiers.
Captain Flowers better wake up over there in the LCS, because we got a Game 5 Skarner. Everything coming down to the engage of Tien. But we have the hover for Giga Shy. This is something that we haven't seen in this series yet. It has been a pivotal pick for the Shy, and he'll lock it in.
This is going to be the first time the Shy plays Gwen since the start of the summer playoffs. And the first time we see him on something that isn't a tank outside of the Rumble. So he has a true potential of carrying this game away against champions like the Skarner and the K'Sante, which won't be able to deal with this Gwen on the side. But we'll have to wait and see, because I feel like this entire series, it hasn't really been too much about draft outside of the first one. It's about who engages better. This time around, Weibo Gaming, they have the Sejuani, they have the Rakan. These two champions working together to go for those picks has been key for Weibo Gaming. But on the other side, Top Esports.
One more game. Gios roar as we come into our Silver Scrapes Game 5. You might not be able to hear it as purely at home as we can here, but my heart is pounding. Everyone in this building watching so intently to see who has a date with EDG on the other side.
The chants from the fans is rumbling the ground in the Chujiang Sports Center. This is such a crucial series for either organizations, as it is an entire years of hard work and also a ticket or a potential ticket towards the world stage.
So one thing we've seen in this series, you highlighted it coming out of draft, it has been a very quick pace when a team gets ahead, especially from the blue side, except for the game that Top Esports had to claw back from Weibo. But now as we get into it, we were talking a little bit about the peel back and the potential that Top Esports has as a composition, and the fact that Rookie's on his ear yet again.
The biggest difference coming into this Game 5 is that Mark is now on Milio, an Enchanter support. We haven't had a single Enchanter support in the past few series of the entire LPL, and this time around, the Milio gets locked in, paired alongside JackeyLove. They won't have that agency, and the biggest factor into tonight's series was the jungle and support link-up that they so desperately rely on to set up that fast tempo for the carries to work off.
On the other side, I love the double marksman composition, but we've already talked so much about it in this best of 5. There is that bend and break style, the double risk, double reward, but you have to get to a scaling promise there as well with that kind of composition.
And the Shy, given the counter pick on the red side, we have yet to see red side win in this entire series. It's all been about blue. But with the Gwen getting locked in for the Shy for the first time in summer, at least from playoffs, he has to be ahead to really dominate the side. Weiwei, he's wrapping around from the tri-bush.
It could be a little bit of something going down here on the bottom side as the Blade Caller actually buys a lot of time here. Mark will end up having to flash. It's not going to be first blood just yet, but we get Weiwei's early presence bot side.
Double Summoners burn from the AD carry of Top Esports as well, but it was beautifully salvaged by the double root landing from the Xayah, and it kills the play. But Weiwei now spotted with his gank towards the bottom side. The clear is going to be a little bit slow, but this is the fast tempo that has been created ever since the start of tonight's series.
And I love that Weiwei is being very proactive because Tian is just going for that full side clear for himself, and that is a little bit of the difference of approach that we're seeing already between the two junglers.
My eyes are all onto this Skarner, because the reason why you pick Skarner is, of course, for that level 6 ultimate. And you know who doesn't get away from a Skarner? Tristanas and Xerys. There's a reason why Nautilus is a permaban against, or at least for the Xeri against the Nautilus. But this time around, it's in the jungle. But still, the champion is relatively weak for the first 6 levels, so that's why Tian, or at least Weiwei, is so incredibly urgent on forcing plays.
And we've already talked so much about the legacy that all these players have. We have so many accolades across this entire Rift here, but it is experience that is going to be the key factor here, and leaning on that as well. I love to see the difference come out from Tian and from Top Esports, and it has been the blue side that has been their bread and butter, it feels like, for them. So now for that proactivity that Weiwei has, I want to see some answering from Tian as well.
And talking about Weiwei, his entire journey in summer so far, the development is there. He came onto this Weibo Gaming roster with huge expectations, replacing Karsa from Spring, and Weibo Gaming, they look as together as ever.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing, I think. You know, we got to see obviously Light changing over from LNG, a lot of these members from Weibo coming over here in 2023, but Xiaohu has been such a main part of the growth that Weibo has had, right? You knew this guy from RNG, you knew his strength as a general for that team, but the fact that he's found peers that can rise to the occasion with him is also important. They're gonna have to change the fate of things here and hope for a first-time red side win in this series.
three-time MSI champion in the mid laner of Weibo Gaming. He wants to prove himself at the world stage once again, but that goes the same for Rookie. He's been snubbed every single time from going to that world stage at the internationals, so he needs to fight for an opportunity to prove why he is one of the best mid laners in the LPL.
That's the craziest thing, is Rookie just hasn't found success since he left IG. He found a little bit in a monumental season with V5, but it hasn't been lasting success. And now, as we get into this one, we have the first dragon already up tempo for Weibo. They're going to find Tien on the back end of it. It wasn't the dragon they wanted. They wanted some scorpion meat to kick things off.
And Chris beautifully wraps around the vision and catches Tien off guard. They're going to collect themselves the first blood and also the first dragon. And that is this entire Game 5 starting to an absolute bang.
It is indeed. Weiwei was already very proactive. The fact that they find that back-end fight is huge.
And the first blood goes into the hands of Xiaohu. Xiaohu was the reason why they were able to win Game 4 in such a convincing manner. We'll get a replay of this where the ward spots out Tien at the Raptor camp, and he had no idea the support of Weibo Gaming was able to make his way towards the red. And the CC, Tien still had the flash, but the synergy out of the team of Weibo Gaming, they needed this kill.
Mark wanted to help so bad, but just a little bit of missed timing there for him. Actually see bottom side going to defend the back there for Crisp, and does end up doing so.
And in every Weibo Gaming win so far, it's all been about Crisp and Weiwei's ability to set up for these plays. It's not about the team composition. I feel like ever since Game 1, every composition was winnable, but it all came to setup and how these players approach team fights. And Chris has been amazing on champions like the Leon. And this time, given a Rakan with such mobility, you have to play with the flash timers perfectly against top esports because they have the Azir, they have the Zaya. A flank is going to work perfectly for Weibo Gaming.
Now for top esports, we're getting very close to Tien hitting level 6. That was a big unlocking factor for them to try to shut down any of these double carry styles from Weibo and find Xiaohu in light. But Xiaohu's already getting back to his construction work that he was doing last game. And he's able to find some plates in mid lane on the Tristana.
The annoying thing will be for the double AD carries of Weibo Gaming is that they will be forced to build a QSS against the Skarner, and that does deny the 3-item spike. As the W lands, I'm not too sure if it's going to result into too much other than just a little bit of a health trade, but back to my point where once the QSS comes online, the Skarner no longer has the option to lock down either Xiaohu or Light, so potentially gets onto the Shy, where it pulls this Gwen into the hands or pockets of JackeyLove, and they play front to back.
That's going to have to be the ticket here, especially because, again, we haven't seen the red side win just yet. Weibo were very close to one. They had such a good early lead, but then they lost it. Got a little bit lost in the sauce. We do have the Rift Herald coming up, and Weiwei already this way, so is Tien.
We'll keep highlighting the importance of Tristana having that first Rift Herald into her pockets, especially collecting that first blood as well. Weibo Gaming would love to keep rolling the ball and continue this snowball coming out of the early game, but still, we have the supports already roaming up. Chris being a little bit faster in tempo, but the difference is Mark is an Enchanter support. He's not going to offer as much.
Yeah, I do want to also focus on our key matchup of the day that feels like has been a bit of 50-50. This mid lane, though, is capitalized on. Push 3 members into the turret here as Rookie makes it known that he is the Emperor this game. We got Tien going topside, though. He does have that level 6, but can't get the range onto the Shy.
Mark was so close to dying there, but Rookie with the 3-man Emperor's Divide saves his support. But that's double Summoner's gone, and also a huge ultimate that top esports requires to contest for this Rift Herald, but it does seem like Xiaohu is going to reset. Without that TP available, top esports, they regain somewhat of a control in this mid lane.
They actually want to look to capitalize on Mark and Rookie in the mid lane here. No vision towards this top side, going to spot out Weiwei. Meanwhile, top esports feel comfortable because of the Rift Herald. JackeyLove is on his way. He will make it here first. Light is nowhere nearby, so top esports feeling good to go in. There's that Skarner grab and the Blade Caller combo on top of it. It's working so well together, Kitty.
And they secure themselves the Rift Herald, perfectly denying away from Weibo Gaming. And once again, the Skarner with the flash ultimate completely catches Weiwei off guard, as Weibo Gaming trying their best to regain some of that gold that they lost through these tower platings. But still, a great team fight because of the rotation out of the bottom lane.
How dirty is that combo? You just get the Impale there and you just line them up for the feathers, and you know, JackeyLove pulls them back and you got an easy CC chain there for yourself. That is the kind of style they want to bring to this one. That was what we highlighted from draft.
Because Top Esports, they have champions like the Xayah and the Azir, Weiwei is going to have an incredibly difficult time. This champion is a little bit stubborn when it comes to the engages. It's going to be a little bit rough on how he decides to take these chances, but now JackeyLove rotating towards the top side, he is going to force the Rift Herald and collect 2 plates.
Tempo is the name of the game, and TES, we're trying to put some tempo on the top side. Very, very close to that other plate there as Weiwei is going to aggress back onto him, but some feathers will do some work into Sejuani as now JackeyLove gets engaged back onto. Some nice defense from Weibo, but continuing to pressure his Top Esports bot lane in the top lane.
So far, Top Esports have been the proactive team when it comes to macro. You have the double AD carries. Shy's going in.
The back just got completed for Tian. He is nowhere near to help, and the Shy wants the kill. There's the TP coming in. That's Rookie that's going to join. Alcove gameplay ain't going to save you today, JackeyLove, as Rookie and Mark are now left out. That's another beautiful Emperor's Divide from Rookie, and he's showing how that peel can really work for them.
Over-ambition is JackeyLove's biggest mistake on this Xayah, burning every single ability and the ultimate. Weibo Gaming, they catch the AD carry of Top Esports, over-pushed, and they punish accordingly.
And now with this state of game, a little bit of chaos, the Dragon is already started up by Tien, and both teams are just kind of trying to gun towards victories for themselves. I mean, you would expect nothing less from both of them, but the tempo right now is in Top Esports' favor.
And because Light was solo farming in the bottom lane, getting that XP by himself, he has the static shift.
Whoa,
wants
whoa.
to contest.
Little lightning crash there to give him some juice back into it here. Weibo will be trying to capitalize on Tian, who has nothing left to get out of there. They are going to get him in the end, and it's Light that gets the kill. Ultra Shock Laser will end up slowing him down, but Weibo, they'll respond, and they get that one back.
Light is playing ever so confidently in tonight's series, a second time on the Zeri as he collects even more plates through this bottom lane. Yes, Top Esports got the Rift Herald. Yes, they got gold into JackeyLove, but that was split between 2 people, while Light has been solo farming in this bottom side as the Zeri.
We'll see the transition back down towards his bottom side, though, as Mark heading back down there as well. The reset does come through from Wayward, and that's something else I want to highlight. I know we talked about the holistic compositional strengths here, but I do want to go back to our key matchup in the top side of the map, and the Shy versus Wayward. The culmination here is the Gwen versus K'Sante. What kind of influence do you see the Shy having later on in the game?
Weibo Gaming has a very scary composition in a 1-3-1 type of split push that they can apply towards the later stage of the game, especially through the Shy, where once 3 items come online, I doubt Rookie or Weiwei can even match, because you have to consider the fact that Rookie, he plays with range, but the Shy, having that Shroud in his pockets, I mean, Azir is going to get absolutely stumped on in the side, but still, they have to get to that point. They have to be on the lay low, but still, they have this early game advantage. And Tian, I mean, his flash is coming up soon, so he has to stop that.
Well, at least we got the check-in on top side. If I start smelling burgers, we'll go ahead and go back there. But Weibo, they want to go right to Rookie, who's all alone on the top side. He does have the crown completed, so it's going to buy a lot of time for him. But it's Weibo that want to capitalize. They're looking to pounce on the Emperor of Shurima. The Glacial Prison misses, and that just means Weiwei is just heading straight out of there. Rookie holding the pressure of Weibo.
This has been an ongoing trend with the Sejuani for tonight's series. These Glacial Prisms aren't hitting. And with that, I mean, Rookie just gets away scratch-free while Weiwei picking up a tower play into his pockets. But once again, I feel like Top Esports, with this composition, they will excel at 5v5 team fighting. Front to back is going to be their bread and butter, while on the other side, Weibo Gaming, they have to find flanks with Crisp, with the Shy. We already saw that Crisp, when it was the first Dragon, he got behind Tian and he got that first blood into Xiaohu's pocket. So his requirement of playing perfect this game is going to be key.
If you see that left side of your screen right there, Weibo fans are rejoicing. Anytime you see 2 marksmen in the lead with a double marksman composition, you're feeling it mighty fine. But the thing I have to focus on here is the relationships between these teams. They know each other so well, not only from the LPL regular season, but also the history. We have world champions on either side that got those championships together, and it all comes down to one final game, Kitty.
And this best of 5 is a redemption for either Top Esports or Weibo Gaming coming into 2023. These are super rosters in the LPL. Like you said, 5 total world championships shared amongst the players. And this is the only chance that they have to continue their run in the regional qualifiers and get that 4th seed, or at least compete for it against EDG.
Now we do have some timers on objectives coming up, about 30 seconds for that next Rift Herald, about a minute and a half for the Dragon. So you like the separation of the timers here? That just means we're going to be looking at Fight Night City around the objectives themselves. Tien and TES already present to try to get the Spire ahead of time.
4-man rotation coming out of Top Esports as well, with every single summoner available. My eyes are still onto Tien with the flash available on the Skarner, because an ultimate from Tien is going to be a guaranteed kill for Top Esports if they focus correctly. But still, the decision making has to be clear coming into these team fights.
It does indeed, and you see a lot of the vision is already present. That Scuttlecrab's actually doing some serious work for Weibo as well, but both teams positioning so heavily around this objective, Kitty.
The Glacial Prism has to hit from Weiwei, but Top Esports, they're caught out.
There it is. There's that Glacial Prism. Just going to be used preemptively there as Tien takes the brunt of it. We'll end up coming right back. Crisp was looking for a little bit of an angle here. Does end up getting the Hex Gate right out, and Tien starting up the Rift Herald.
But because the Glacial Prism has already been used to no effect, Top Esports, they have a time frame to start this up. Weibo Gaming, they're most likely going to give this
Weiwei's in the pit. They're going to TP in. Weibo do not want to go down without a fight. The Impale is there, the double knockup, triple knockup. There's the lightning crash from Light, though. You got to watch the ADC. Xiaohu can't get the reset there as well. That Rift Herald is not there anymore, but the fight is still going. Xiaohu gets Jackie Love on the side, and the Shy takes down Wayward. Weibo, they find enough kills, but Xiaohu's overextended here. He gets one back. The reset out, and your Xiaohu Emperor has arrived.
Bow down to the Emperor of Spring, because he's making his way one step closer to becoming that player to revisit the world stage. But Xiaohu in this team fight on the Tristana made the difference by killing both JackeyLove and Tien with a slither of health.
How fitting is it that the Shy and Xiaohu are the ones that have the gold? 2-0 on the Shy, 3-0 on Xiaohu. He's looking at a tier outer tower here, as well as first turret gold, and it is looking all Weibo so far with a pretty hefty gold lead, about over 5,000. They're looking at the Dragon now. This will be Dragon number 2.
The only hard engage that Top Esports have in their pockets right now isn't available. Tien's Skarner ult is such a long cooldown. JackeyLove's getting surrounded.
He is. The Sharks are swarming yet again. We've seen this happen time and time again, but he will be able to clear that one out. Tien is here. The Shy overcommitting a little bit. We'll have to burn the flash early. TP does come through, and that will be Rookie. Maybe looking for a nice little Emperor's Divide there to try to make something happen. Weiwei will end up taking that Dragon, though, for Weibo.
Weibo Gaming, I mean, once the snowball starts rolling, they never stop, and it truly feels like Xiaohu on this Tristana has been such a key factor in their wins. But with the Rift Herald getting over towards the side of Top Esports, they will manage to get 2 charges off in the top side. But still, the problem comes back to Weibo Gaming. They are so accelerated right now. The Tristana is going to become a huge problem if Tien can't shut him down.
This Impale, though, in the back of the pit, so big, but it ended up pulling TES into the Wombo combo.
And you see Xiaohu, his decision-making is so clear, shutting down the straggler in JackeyLove and getting this reset over the wall and using the Hex Gate to get to the back line. And then he finds access towards Tien, where Tien was very confident. He flashed back in thinking he would win the 1v2, but no, it was a 2-for-1 trade as he also killed JackeyLove.
Yeah, I mean, Rookie just doesn't have the damage right now, and the fact that Xiaohu barely survives by the skin of his teeth. You see the crowd going crazy as a Game 5 delivering for Weibo so far. We have seen them in a position like this before, though, Kitty, in this series. Top Esports are no slouches, and you have to always be careful about the engage that they have.
But now the 1-3-1 composition from Weibo Gaming, they're slowly coming online. Navori's picked up for the double 80 carries as we saw the gold lead, that these 2 people are sitting at the very top through those tower platings, and it's because Top Esports, they're looking.
They're going straight on him. They're about to get the reset on the Rookie. Does end up getting out alive. Did have to burn that flash. The tower goes down, though, and Xiaohu, at this point, he doesn't even just need a construction hat. He needs the whole dang outfit.
Not feeling too excited about the Skarner right now. It is currently 0-3. I believe in the LPL, the Skarner has only been played twice throughout summer, once by Jie and once by Tarzan. It is sitting on a 1-1 win rate, so 50. So this is going to be the 3rd time we see it in the summer. We have seen the ultimate, the flashes connecting onto Weiwei, but if you're getting all your resources onto a tank, Xiaohu just gets to play the game however he likes.
He does indeed, and he has about a 3,000 gold lead over Rookie in the mid lane matchup itself.
And he also just picked up the QSS, so that is going to be huge for Xiaohu, as Tien no longer has that access towards one of the most fed members on Weibo Gaming. But now the problem, they're gonna start the Baron.
Oh my god, I love it. It is actually TS who are in no position to contest this one. They don't even know that it's happening. Tien, he's not even going to spot it out. Now they do with the blue trinket there, but it's too little too late. He's going to try to get in the pit. He can't do it. And Weibo, they're running away with it. Tien overextended himself and he's down. Again, the Scorpion has been skewered.
Top Esports is completely clueless about this Baron, and now with that secured, the Shy on this Gwen ever more so scary in the side lane, and Xiaohu on the Tristana. That is going to be a huge gold lead for the side of Weibo Gaming.
He's almost getting to that 3-item spike. We have 2 items now completed for both Light and Xiaohu, and yes, we're getting to that point, the 3-item spike for the double marksman composition that we had set up from the beginning. It's looking like the clock is about to hit midnight.
All Top Esports can do is to pray that Weibo Gaming can't find a successful engage through Weiwei. But Rookie, he's caught out.
He is a little bit here. Weiwei wants to try to find that engage on the back end of it. The crown did get shattered itself. Rookie locked down, though, as that slow came out for the Glacial Prison. And tick, tick, boom, baby! Xiaohu calculated. And that means right onto a tier 2 tower, too. Look how quickly they take it.
They're swarming in on the map. You see the Shy also pressuring the bottom lane tier 2 as well. Weiwei can't win the 1v1 anymore. They want to look for all 3 lanes, Mazel.
My goodness, they are flexing over Top Esports right now. They do have the empowered back. Xiaohu playing with the confidence of a menace here. Meanwhile, Wayward versus Shy in the side lane 1v1. The Shy taking some extra tower shots there. The Needlework doing some work back, but he is pushing this tier 2, and it will go down 2.
Top Esports, they're running out of options. They need a force on one of the stragglers on the side lane, potentially the Shy on the Gwen. You have a hard CC. If you get into the Shy's little bubble, you can potentially force that numbers advantage, but with the Dragon spawning in 20 seconds, Weibo Gaming, they have the tempo.
The scaling is starting to come online here for Weibo, and they just keep catching out Tien. He's going to try to get something here with the Impale. He's bringing it back. They did cook up some bird here as Chris went down. Jackie Love is there as well, and some fight back is alive for Top Esports.
Weibo Gaming, if they're greedy, they can test for this, but look at Xiaohu. He is going to start pressuring the mid lane as long as Light and the Shy can buy time for this Tristana. It's going to be Inhibitor on the side of WBG.
They are just going to trade this one down. This is only a second Dragon for Top Esports. The Shy on the back end here. Weiwei. No, it's Light that gets it. What the hell? How does he do it? Meanwhile, Xiaohu's taking mid lane. Light will be the sacrificial lamb. The damage has been done. And Top Esports, that bloody.
They sneak the Baron and they sneak this third Dragon away. Weiwei.
Oh, the Shy's doing some work. He's snipping away the heartstrings of Top Esports. That's another one gone, and a double kill for the man himself. There's a pushback as Top Esports getting a little bit something, but it's the Xiaohu reset that gets him out alive.
But the base is in absolute shambles for Top Esports, the playoff. A huge steal coming out of the AD carry of Weibo Gaming as that puts themselves onto Hex Soul Point. So in another 4 minutes, Top Esports, they are going to be forced to leave their safety of the base and contest for that, because Hex with this Zeri is going to become such a huge problem. However, if they do manage to get 3 items onto Rookie by the time of that 4-minute timer, they can potentially start winning these fights, because the Azir is going to be able to outrange the Zeri.
It's still an almost 10,000 gold lead for Weibo Gaming. We see how this went down. I cannot believe Light gets it here.
Light snipes it with the W, and he could have potentially lived. I'm pretty sure he failed his jump over the wall. Right here, he could have went over the wall and bought some extra time, but a bit of a mechanical mistake. But still, it allowed Xiaohu to get the mid lane inhibitor, and the Shy on this Gwen is truly alive.
I love the commitment here from Top Esports. They just have to claw back something. They are able to get the TP in from Wayward. The Shy overextends. They absolutely capitalize on it, but the question is it going to be enough with that much of a lead already built by Weibo.
That was a 3v5 from Weibo Gaming. Chris got caught out, Xiaohu was in the mid lane, and still the Shy was able to go for an even trade-off, but still, Baron in 1 minute and 30 seconds really saw how fast Weibo Gaming with a double AD carry composition and the Gwen does when it comes to shredding this Baron. So Top Esports, they have to contest for it.
Sitting at 5-0, 3 items completed now for Xiaohu. You also got your Knight's Vow completed for Weiwei. You're waiting on that 3rd item for the Shy. The scaling is already working out for Weibo, and Top Esports are going to have to be very, very particular how they find their engages.
The Shy is level 15 and Tian is level 12. Top Esports, they need to force a pick before this Baron spawns, or else going 5v5 against Weibo Gaming, they are never going to win because of the item advantage in the mid lane, now sitting on 3.5 with that QSS available as well.
Xiaohu will just take another turret. It's the Sun Disc this time. He's willing to take down any turret he gets put in front of him. They've already put Top Esports on such a back foot. The super minions in mid lane just lead to so much priority and decision making for Weibo.
Baron spawning in 30 seconds. The facts are getting channeled by Xiaohu. He has the TP as well. Potentially could just come back with that TP and cheat the tempo just a little bit. Top Esports looking for the mid prio.
You're wondering now, with a little bit of calmness on the Rift, Top Esports just need to get some vision control down outside. We have Baron spawning now, and Weibo reset in perfect timing for it.
But the Shy, no one can answer him in the side lane. They can potentially look for a 4-1 type of approach here, while Weibo Gaming, they can still realistically snuck this with the pink on the Baron pit as well.
We're going to see them move actually this way, as Top Esports feeling very hesitant. Xiaohu just racking up the gold. Again, you got to watch Wayward and the Shy in the side lane. It will be TPs available for them, so you know a 5v5 can brew if it comes through it. Crisp has a flank of an angle, and Tian gets engaged on here anyways by Weibo. He will end up getting out alive, doesn't have the flash
Look
just
at the
yet,
Shy.
but it is the Shy pushing here on the back end of this fight. He could look for the long flank, and as you see Weibo turn back around, this could be the flank that means the difference of this game. Baron is there, TP in from K'Sante, and that's going to be Wayward's big break. The Shy has found it. No, it's going to be Top Esports engaged on, and Weibo, they're picking them apart. It's Top Esports running around like chickens with their heads cut off, and I don't know if they can do it. They can't put them back on, and Light is still firing away. He's going to go over the wall. The Ultra Shock Laser dodged out of. JackeyLove just trying to put some feathers into the back and get some peel, but it's Top Esports that are on the back foot, and it's actually going to be a TP from Xiaohu to try to catch JackeyLove. He's going to get him here. That's a big catch out, and Xiaohu with another one.
The remaining member of Rookie stays alive in the mid lane. The timers are 10, 20 seconds off for the dead people on Top Esports, but still the Baron is going to be key, with also Hex Soul getting picked up by Weibo Gaming.
We see now 7 kills on Xiaohu. The matter-of-fact moment for Top Esports was not here, Kitty.
The Shy utilizing his lane push from the bottom lane, making his way all the way to mid. But Xiaohu on this Tristana is way too fed, instantly one-shots the Skarner out of the fight, and that is just the entirety of the story as Baron gets rushed.
It's already started up, it's already almost dead too. Before you even get out of the replay, the Baron is gone for Weibo. They've gotten the Hex Soul, they've gotten the Baron, and there might just be a couple more nails coming to the coffin of Top Esports.
With the Dragon Soul and a near full build Tristana for Xiaohu in this game 5. They are going to slowly suffocate Top Esports as they run out of time with the Baron minions coming into their base. So Top Esports, they need to force a fight before the inhibitors really start falling down because of the Shy and Xiaohu.
And you have to remember, this has been a 10K deficit that Weibo have had for a long time, but that does not mean you can count out Top Esports. The pick-off engage that they have, the peel back that they have, it gives them a little bit of breathing room, even if it looks so dire right now.
GA and QSS both acquired for Xiaohu, while Light has that stopwatch available as well. Tian has little to no option options on who he wants to engage on. Crisp is the potential victim, but still, it's just the support, while Xiaohu is going to be the main problem.
He is absolutely the problem. He's got GA, he's got the Sash, he is ready to push down this Inhib tower and bottom side as well.
You see the Shy also pressuring towards that mid lane. Top Esports, they are getting desperate they have a closing in from the Shy as he picks up the mid lane inhibitor.
Yet again, it falls. The Inhib tower, though. There's the Impale engaged, and there's the Inverse Divide. That's what we were talking about. The peel back for Top Esports is there. Triple Quadra knockup, though, and it's the Shy over the top rope, and that is it. That is Top Esports done, and that is Weibo with a Game 5.
A bittersweet reunion between the brothers, and the best of 5 in Game 5 goes to Weibo.
Brothers be damned on the journey to worlds. There is only room for the ruthless. Weibo have a date with EDG for the final golden ticket. Absolutely